Happy Sunday. Not the most ideal day for being outside. It is super rainy, super cold, super windy, and today I've taken a day off from surf and I'm going to just be plugged in on my screens into workflow, content creation, editing, all the things. And in today's vlog, I really wanted to talk about not ever giving up on your dreams and why it's so important to release the attachment to time constructs. I wish I could say that my house is fully unpacked and organized. However, I am still in the transition process to moving in and collecting new things. And I am actually very excited because in the last few days, or it's been now, today's day 5, I started a 3-month or 90-day run program for my business, and specifically also to focus on other, not just professional goals, but also relationship, health, creativity goals. I really had to be patient. I'm so grateful that I'm in this place. However, I am still in transition of getting things set up and having the energy right and having certain things like the right equipment of all the goals and the vision that I wish to create this year and beyond. And everything is a timing. And that's also what I want to speak to you today. So I'm super excited. About a week ago now, I set up my Rodecaster Pro as well as my Shure microphone. And I had downloaded the Riverside app to record the podcast eventually. I'm just waiting for this mount to put on top of my laptop, because actually the webcam on my laptop is not very good, even though it's a newer MacBook. I am going to use my iPhone 14 Pro Max that I'm filming on right now as my webcam. I actually have my mirrorless camera. However, I have a Canon M6, and that actually, if you record in long amounts of time, it overheats. There is a new Canon R6 Mark II, which I would love to get. However, financially, maybe not quite in the right position to do that right now. I was looking to use a device that I could record longer form content. So for now, I'm just going to start filming and then uploading using my iPhone 14 Pro Max as the recording device. Super excited. With just in a matter of a few days, I've really shifted gears into creating momentum again, being really focused, being really committed. Sorry, my cats are making a noise. Shh! It feels really good to be back in the flow of my workflow. I feel very aligned again and on purpose, and just I have a new energy. Everything takes time. I think moving forward now this year with my business, with everything that I've learned over the last, say, 2.5 years in entrepreneurship, there's definitely skills that I'm so grateful that I've learned, and I'm part of an automated online community and part of an education academy that helps me learn the skills and helps me really run my business, as well as learning other things, other courses I've plugged into, other programs I've plugged into, everything that I consume on YouTube and everything else from the net. And I've also outsourced help. I've had different business coaches. I've been part of different business coaching programs. I've had other people help me with marketing and other things that I've paid for. The next few months, I really wanted to plan out just to get focused with doing things a little bit just my own way. Of course, I'm modeling certain strategies and I'm really integrating things that I have learned previously. However, I wanted to, at least for 1 quarter, just kind of do things in my own, really in my own way, in my own style, with my own vibe. I always talk about, if you watch any of my other social media content, plan it, you do it, and then you review it. It's really a matter always of doing something, running with that, and then taking a look and being okay, if this is working, if it's not working, and then if it's not, then you see how somehow you may need to shift, pivot, adapt, learn something new, let go of something that didn't work. So that's where I'm at with my workflow. One thing that I'm super grateful of since I started my business and being in the vortex of other entrepreneurs and conscious aligned entrepreneurs, beautiful soul, heart-led people, purpose-driven people, women and men in my community, is that when I started my business, it really allowed me and gave me the permission that it's still okay to dream big and to have your wild, crazy dreams. And even before I started my business, I've always been a visionary. I've always traveled internationally. I've always followed my crazy ideas of wanting to work overseas, travel overseas, live different places. I'm grateful because I really have had success of now. It's pretty much been almost full-time for more than 2 decades. I've been living internationally. I'm from Sydney. I feel very successful in that regard with that part of my life, with travel and living and working many different places, many different countries. That was just amplified, that dreaming big. It's actually, I'm in an industry and in a vortex where we really do normalize that you can have it all. And that for me daily, I'm always seeking that balance between living out my passions, spending time with the ones that I love, and doing the things that I love. That's why it's so important to never give up on your dreams. When you have your dreams, your goals, your intentions, it really allows you to stay focused, committed, and aligned with truly what your bigger vision may be. And of course, my bigger vision is personal to me and is obviously very different to yours. So essential to really release the time constructs. And that is really like the timeline of when you or when others or when society really thinks that you should have achieved the success by a certain amount of time. And for me, that's like everything in life. I actually have been somebody that was always a little bit slower. I was always a little bit of a slower learner, and things took me a little bit longer than others. However, once I realized that I had learned something and that really can really embody that, then that just becomes a part of me and it becomes normal. For me, with whether it's my pursuit in surfing, my pursuit in high ticket affiliate marketing, my pursuit when it comes to my own health. 6 years ago, this month, I will have been a vegan now, a whole food plant-based diet. Well, not completely whole food, but plant-based diet, way of living as well, my ethical choices and the way that I show up with moral decisions when it comes to rights of animals and for our planet. That also was a journey. Everything takes time. Who says that your goals, your dreams need to have a deadline, especially if you're the one making your dreams, setting your own personal goals, your own financial goals, your own professional, creative, personal goals, health goals, relationship goals. When we can truly release that time construct that things have to be done at a certain date, then that allows for more space to be in the present moment and enjoy the present moment. Really does allow for focusing on the present moment, for really adapting and developing your growth mindset when it comes to the things that you wish to be accomplished in your life. The beautiful thing is in the doing and in the action of going out there and making your dreams come true and learning new things or traveling somewhere or doing something that allows you to grow and expand. This is truly your journey of self-discovery. And I, in like a woo-woo way, believe that we are here on earth in this physical form to always be reminded and come back to ourself, to our source. That's my one bit of woo-woo for today. And I've been mentored in one of my groups that I am a part of for building my business. And one of the mentors, he always says, like, the only way that you're going to fail and not create the success that you desire for your business, for your life, for what it may be, is if you give up. And I can definitely see that last year for myself personally, there were times when I had to step away. And I think that's different. There's a difference between completely giving up on your dreams and then a difference of when maybe you just need to create a little space, a little distance, have some proximity, step away for a moment. And I did that quite a few times for my relationship, for times for my health, and of course for myself professionally. And at times, I think a few times I took a few more days longer than I would of taking off surfing, because when you're like always so consumed in something, then you're really in it and there's no space. So when you do create that space, that does allow for reflection, that does allow for self-awareness, that does allow yourself to really be mindful of, okay, this is how that was. It's not working like that. Let me step away. Let me take a moment, reflect, and then see, okay, how can I move forward? And that's exactly what I did. And I think one of the things that has truly kept me going in the pursuit of surfing, in the pursuit of really becoming a very successful or maybe not successful, because we should already think that we're successful in so many ways, but accomplished with certain, you know, financial intentions and professional intentions when it comes to my business, in the pursuit of my relationship desires, in the pursuit of, you know, my own health desires, in the pursuit of, you know, really mastering my mindset. I don't actually want to get to when I am 60, 70, 80 years old and then look back on my life and think, geez, I really wish that I should have this, and that. And I've really had that mindset actually from a very young age. And I always was able to, I've been fortunate to follow my passions. Before, I used to be a full-time aerialist, acrobat, modern dancer. And then after that, I was a full-time yoga instructor, traveling all over the world, teaching yoga, as well as obviously a full-time practitioner of my own yoga practice. When it comes to really letting go of the timeline of when you think you should have succeeded in X, Y, and Z, whatever your personal goals are. And I think this is more maybe ingrained or within like a woman, because for women, right, if you're desiring to have children, there is a clock ticking for women, right? Like at a certain age, you know, you will go through menopause, and, you know, whatever age that is. And so I think maybe, you know, this is just my own opinion, that at least for myself, I know that like I really had to work on that. I have these desires, and more so in the past, I was like, oh, I'm not successful because I haven't achieved the success by now. I see everybody else, right? The whole comparison mode of like, oh, everybody else has succeeded, and everybody else has this amount of money, and everybody else has this type of business, and everybody else has this amount of children and their family, and everybody else has all the things and I don't. It's really limiting when we think like that, and I've found myself very limited by that. And so on the flip side, I've really had to reframe, again, going back to what my mentor said, is that the only way that you're going to fail is if you give up. I've decided moving forward for this year that I'm just really going to have my intentions, my desires, and really, you know, everything that I can to make these happen, to allow these to unfold and manifest into my reality. However, I'm also realistic that like things take time, and then if I just release that time construct of when I think success should have already happened for XYZ in my life, then when I just relax into just the action of the doing and making it happen, then that actually, you know, when I think about it now, that feels better. It's like less pressure. And one of my goals for mindset this year was to always be reframing when we go into default mode of, oh, I can't do this, I don't know this, or when something like negative or limiting, or of course my own self-limiting beliefs, or any insecurity or lack of confidence, you know, starts to show up, to be aware of that in my mind, and then to really cultivate more of a positive attitude, more of an openness and a willingness to reframe and perceive things differently, to be like, how can I then learn from that which happened, and then reframe it to be like, well, I have to learn from that and just need to evolve that for next time, so that maybe I might make a better empowered decision next time, because I'm showing up in a different light. And of course, this is all a process. Nobody is perfect here. Nobody. That is my thoughts for now that I wanted to share with you. And if you're watching, really never give up on your dreams, because on the other side of wanting to give up, on the other side of thinking that you can't, on the other side of feeling inadequate, insecure, on the other side of your small-mindedness, on the other side of feeling small, on the other side of that is like the world of opportunity, infinite amounts of opportunity. And if you just stay the course and believe in yourself and stay committed and stay focused, then truly anything is possible. Not sure if you can see the weather out there. It's not ideal. Yeah, it's still raining. So I'm gonna get back into now editing, uploading content, doing all the things that I need to do. Wanted to have a working on screens day today. The thing is about my business and about obviously any of my creative pursuits is that it always takes time. And I believe that if something truly matters to you and it's a priority, then we can make the time. It's figuring out your schedule, figuring out what specifically you need to do, having a plan, having all of that. I won't talk about all of that. However, I need to spend some time now. So thank you so much for watching the video. This vlog, short one today. Leave any comments or questions or any concerns or any feedback. I'm always happy to connect and start to build my community here. Have a beautiful Sunday.